Welcome back to Business Builders Corner Show. I'm Mary Engelman, President and CEO of the Farmington Hills Chamber of Commerce. For my second guest today, I think it is very important that we find out a little bit about his business because I think it's impacting a lot of our community in today's time. Jan Sherman is the owner and president of Health Insurance Benefits Tamer.
Yep, the Benefits Edge. Mm-hmm.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
No, definitely. I'm so glad to have you here today. So, Jan, can you explain and expound on Benefits Edge, what you do and what that all means? We know the audience knows about insurance, but go into it a little bit more for us.
Sure. The Benefits Edge, I coined the term Benefits Tamer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sort of something a little bit more memorable than an insurance agent.
Certainly.
But I provide primarily health insurance for individuals as well as groups, so businesses and that type of thing. And in this economy, it's really important that people know what their options are. So that's primarily what my focus is, even though there are other products that I make available.
Certainly. So how long have you been in our community?
I've been here 23 years. I had a corporate transfer 23 years ago, and that brought me to Farmington Hills, and I've been here ever since.
And we're very happy that you made this your home.
Thank you. Me too.
So I guess by default, that's why you kind of targeted this area in terms of your business?
Yeah,
just made sense.
After being a corporate for 17 years, I decided to try it on my own, so I'd have more time to be with my family and young children. And there isn't a better place to be. And frankly, I wasn't aware of the chamber at the time, but that was certainly value added. Having the support of the Farmington Hills Chamber to build my business has been tremendous.
Well, we definitely appreciate your membership and your commitment to the chamber. Tell us, how are you unique within the community?
Well, yeah, it's difficult to be unique. There's so many great agents in the chamber. But I sort of look at three things that I try to do. One is that I really focus on a relationship. I want to get to know my clients so I can really help them get exactly the coverage they want and at the best premium, obviously. But a couple of things that are unique is I have a CFP designation, and while I'm not a financial planner, I don't practice that.
Right.
I think the knowledge that I gained in attaining that designation really helps me see a much bigger picture when I'm talking to people and employers about benefits.
And what is a CFP?
Certified Financial Planner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And then also, a little known fact, I was a teacher for 5 years before I got into the corporate world and got into the insurance business. And I think that's really important. Insurance, especially health insurance, is so complicated. People don't understand the vocabulary, they don't understand their coverages. And the skills that I gained by being a teacher are really helpful. And I really pride myself in making sure that my clients understand the coverage they have and what is covered, and even more importantly, what is not covered.
Absolutely.
So those are the things I think are unique that I bring to the table.
Definitely. You've been a chamber member for over 6 years now, and you have been extremely active. Can you tell us, can you give us a perspective on your side as to the benefits of the chamber and what makes you stay with us?
Well, the benefits keep becoming more and more apparent to me. There's the obvious ones. Occasionally I do get referrals from the chamber.
Sure.
People will call inquiring, and the chamber has their method for choosing who they refer. And I'm always grateful for that. But even beyond that, getting to know the tremendous resources in the community, I believe that in the term that givers gain.
Sure.
And I think it's important to give back to the businesses in the community. And I'm just astounded, the more people I meet, the more amazing businesses there are, great business people. Level One Bank, Mary Smith is just, tremendous. And Paulson's Audio Video, who would think that a family-owned store can compete with national chains, yet they do on price, and I'm sure they exceed them in customer service. So many great businesses, Seven Graphics. Kristen Mock is a really talented artist, a graphic artist. Karen Blazaitis and Mid-American Studios.
Sure.
Just a great businesswoman, great fitness facility. Jeannie Atkinson, a new business downtown for Synergy Home Care, and Ginger's Cafe, just a real gem downtown. There's so many great opportunities to do business locally that people around here instead of going to Google, you should go to ffhchamber.com and do
I
a search
agree.
for business services.
I think so, and I think that just supporting the local businesses is going to help us in this time. And I can't echo, I mean, what you say is absolutely correct. So can you tell all the viewers about the scope of benefits that you provide to businesses?
Well, businesses' benefits fall into about maybe three categories. One is obvious, the health insurance, and that's really critical. Businesses are being challenged now to really watch the bottom line, and with the escalating cost of health insurance, it's really valuable to be able to be creative and offer what I call efficient coverage, keep the really important parts and be able to sort of trim some of the fluff. So health insurance is important. Voluntary or supplemental benefits are becoming a big part of what employers are offering now. And we'll actually go in and meet face-to-face with each employee to make available to them products like life insurance, disability, critical illness, accident insurance, and supplemental health policies, which in most cases the employees pay for themselves through payroll deduction.
Sure. Absolutely.
So no added cost to the employer, and a lot of value added for the employee. And then one of the things we'll do in conjunction with that is an employee benefit statement.
Okay.
So
Great.
we can add value that way.
Well, with the economy being the way it is, how has your business been impacted by it?
Well, I'm talking to a lot of individuals now, people that are facing layoff. COBRA is not necessarily a slam dunk, even with the 65% subsidies that are available. Especially people that have pre-existing conditions have to make their choices carefully. And I've made myself available. I speak to groups as well as take calls. Anybody that really wants to consider their options before they sign COBRA, I welcome a call to give them any advice they need. Employers will usually pressure them to make a quick decision, but the law gives them 60 days to make a decision, so they don't have to be pressured.
Certainly. So what happens when health insurance, as it appears that it goes up every year? Wow. Can you address that issue for our members?
Sure. Well, one of the advantages of being an independent agent, which I am, is that I represent about 8 different companies. So depending on what my clients want, sometimes the rate increase isn't too severe and they just want to stay with what they've got. But otherwise, we can shop it or we can look for alternatives. Some of my companies are offering up to 2 or 3 year rate locks. Wow. So people that are very budget conscious might be attracted to a product like that where they know that the rate won't go up for 3 years.
Certainly. So how do you find new clients?
Well, the Chamber is a big part of that. I'm a big believer in networking. Chamber offers just a big variety of ways to get out to people, mailings, direct mail pieces, things like that. And I tend to build more on word of mouth. So I attend, as you mentioned, a lot of Chamber events. I meet a lot of people, and I consider it a privilege when they give me the opportunity to help them. And I'm also president of a local business network and deal with a lot of friends there. And it's a really nice way to do business.
That's great. Well, is there anything else you would like to leave with our audience today?
Yeah. Don't always believe what you read in the papers. The news about health insurance isn't all that bad. That with a little creativity and a little research, there are very few people that should be without. I understand the economy is tight, but I just got a call this afternoon from somebody that was laid off, no COBRA, and we found her a policy for $149.
Oh, for something affordable.
Something very affordable.
Wonderful.
There are things out there. They may not be what people are used to on the corporate side, but they still can get substantial coverage, important coverage for a reasonable price. So
that's wonderful.
Make the call and just find out. There's no pressure to buy anything, but be an informed consumer.
And your hours of operation?
Well, standard, of course, is 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, but I'm always available. Early morning, late evening, I helped a client get coverage for his daughter at 11 o'clock at night because it was an emergency situation. I'll work weekends. Whenever it's important to my client that I be available, I'll be there.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Dan, for joining us. And
thank you so much for having me.
No, definitely, anytime. We'll be right back with our next guest.